Good morning, Generations fam. Hope you're having an amazing day. It's Friday, it's 7:30. It's about 51 degrees out. Hope you're having a beautiful morning. Hope your day's getting started off well. And hope you're getting ready for the weekend. Pastor Josh and I went out yesterday after our golf cart expeditions. We went around Guthrie, just poking around, kicking the tires. And we stumbled upon this. Let me show you. I don't know if it was a holy moment, because goosebumps don't necessarily equate spirituality. But I had no idea this kind of beauty existed in Guthrie. Don't get me wrong, I think Guthrie's beautiful. But I didn't know we had so much beauty so close. But that beauty comes at a cost. I'm getting ready to show you something else here, and it's in the same viewpoint from where I just showed you. In fact, I'll start with that serene spot with the rushing springs, and then I'll show you a little bit of chaos. Hang on. Here we find contentment. Here we find peace in God's nature. And then we see the destructive nature of nature. I'm having a hard time zooming in, but it appears that a concrete building next to these grain elevators has completely collapsed into the river. Contentment, chaos. I guess if we're being technical, the contentment created the chaos, didn't it? That building just didn't jump into the river. The river eroded the ground around it. So let's talk about chaos and contentment. I remember when I first came to the faith, man, I kind of thought I had my own version of what Christianity was. I had my own perception of what our faith looked like. I think there was part of me that thought that Jesus left the 99 to come after me because I'm super special, because Jesus was ready to conform his faith around me, and I was going to be his superstar. Does that resonate with anybody else? Then you get a little deeper in the faith and realize the Bible was written for us. It wasn't written to us. It was written for us. So let's look at a biblical example of chaos and contentment. We're going to go to the book of Psalms, and we're going to go to Psalm 22 and Psalm 23. Now, Psalm 23 is quite popular in Christian lore. Psalm 22 doesn't get quite as much recognition, but it's pretty fascinating. Let's take a look. Psalm 22, my God, why have you forsaken me? Why are you so far from saving me from the words of my groaning? Oh my God, I cry by day, but you do not answer, and by night I find no rest. Yet you are holy, enthroned on the praises of Israel. In you our fathers trusted them. They trusted and you delivered them. To you they cried and were rescued. In you they trusted and were not put to shame. But I am a worm and not a man, scorned by mankind and despised by all the people. All who see me mock me. They make mouths at me, they wag their heads. He trusts in the Lord, let him deliver him. Let him rescue him, for he delights in him. Yet you are he who took me from the womb. You made me trust you at my mother's breasts. On you I was cast from my birth, and from my mother's womb you have been my God. Be not far from me, for trouble is near, and there is none to help. Many bulls encompass me, strong bulls of Bashan surround me. They open wide their mouths at me like ravening and roaring lion. I am poured out like water, all of my bones are out of joint. My heart is like wax, it is melted within my breast. My strength, it's dried up like a potsherd, and my tongue sticks to my jaws. You lay me in the dust of death. For dogs encompass me. A company of evildoers encircles me. They have pierced my hands and my feet. They can count all my bones. They stare and gloat over me. They divide my garments among them, and for my clothing they cast lots. But you, O Lord, do not be far off. O you, my help, come quickly to my aid. Now let's go to Psalm 23. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He makes me lie down in green pastures. He leads me beside still waters. He restores my soul. He leads me in paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. Those are back-to-back Psalms. Now, one thing to keep in mind regarding the Psalms is they're not chronological. They're actually in alphabetical order. Each chapter starts with a letter of the Hebrew alphabet. For instance, Psalm 1 starts with Aleph. Psalm 2 starts with Beth. So no, they're not in order. But I do believe they were the same author. There's 2 to 3 authors attributed to Psalms, but I believe David wrote both of them. And doesn't it contrast chaos and contentment? One thing you may not know about Psalm 22 is it forecasts and foreshadows the life of Jesus. When it talks about how they cast lots for my garments and you can see my bones through my skin. That was a foreshadowing of Jesus, but simultaneously we see contentment and chaos. Psalm 22, chaos. Psalm 23, contentment. Listen, if you're new to the faith, or perhaps maybe in your spiritual formation, you've kind of come up with this philosophy or personal theology that, man, I'm a Christian now, I follow God, everything's going to be great. God is my warrior. Anybody that comes against me has to come against him. Some of that's true. Some of that's true. But getting back to the chaos and contentment, what do we have here? What do you see here? We have contentment, peace, serenity, chaos, destruction, pain, sadness. Being a part of our faith does not mean that we're not going to go through hard times. In fact, we may as well start preparing ourselves now for the persecution that comes along with being a Christian, along with following Jesus. But can I tell you that the contentment is so much sweeter? Yes, in this world there will be troubles. But like my man Forrest Frank says, Jesus is in the business of making lemonade. He takes the sour and the sweet. It's a perfect remedy. I hope you've had an amazing week, church family. I pray that you will embrace both the chaos and the contentment, because they're both coming. If we follow the precepts of Jesus Christ, pick up our cross and follow him daily. Notice he didn't say, hey, take up your vacation bags and follow me. He said, pick up your cross. What does the cross represent? Persecution, torture, and death. Well, George, this has been a really encouraging message. Well, it is. It is. Because we're acknowledging life for what it is. Perfection comes when we cross the threshold into heaven. So as you go about your day, as you wrap up your week, please don't go into this day under the impression that life's going to be easy. You may say, well, George, why did I become a Christian? Well, it's to have a personal relationship with Jesus Christ, who's going to walk with you through the trials. He's going to stand in the chaos. He didn't walk away from the chaos. When he was on earth, he didn't run. He didn't jump out of the boat and swim away and scream. No, he was in the chaos with the disciples. And what did he do? He spoke peace into it. He spoke peace into it. Listen, if you're on the pursuit of happiness, would you do me a favor and stop? It's fruitless. It's pointless. But if you're on the pursuit for contentment, stick around. We're going to remain faithful during this year of growth, 2026, year of growth. We're going to remain faithful and constant. Numbers are never the goal. Shallow roots and a big head make us topple over. If you're planted, stay planted. It's dark, it's quiet, it's messy. You don't know if you're ever going to see above the ground again. You will. You will. I promise. If you haven't gotten anything else this week, I hope that you know that your generation's staff, pastors, and family love you. I hope you bring contentment and peace into your chaos today. Have a great weekend, and we'll see you on Monday or Tuesday.